Welcome, everyone. You are watching the 2025 WPBA Soaring Eagle Masters in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. This is our feature matchup between Tzu-Chien and Kristina Zlateva. This is the A side of this event, the A side final. So the winner of this will be guaranteed a seat in the finals. I'm being joined in the booth by none other than Hall of Famer herself, Miss Lori John Brown.
Hello.
Hello.
This is an exciting game, right? Match, I should say.
It is. The both of these ladies have played so well throughout the entire event that it's just a no-brainer that they're here in the hot seat finals.
Absolutely.
All right, so we just saw the lag. Let's talk about the match rules really quickly. They're going to lag for the first break, alternate breaks thereafter. The 9-ball doesn't count on the break in the bottom two pockets. The 9-ball is on the spot. There's no break box. The opponents rack for each other. 3 consecutive fouls is a loss of game, and this is cue ball fouls only. Kristina Zlateva won the lag, so she will be breaking first. This is a race to 8, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, Kristina, Wei has won, some of the championships, or a lot of our championships. And Kristina, she's hungry. She's very hungry.
She has 2 second-place finishes in 2024.
Yes, she does. So she's hungry.
She is. She's ready. And I'm excited for her because I know how hard she's working right now. So she does have a very successful first break. Good shot on the 2.
I like the 9-ball on the break, or on the spot.
Do you?
Yeah, I actually do. It prevents, obviously, the 9-ball going in a lot, but it's also a strategy to breaking a little bit rather than just breaking hard.
There is a lot of strategy
yes,
to
there
it.
is.
And I think some of the American girls, this is a good look for them because these international players have been using this break format for quite a long time. We were a little behind the ball on that. So I'm pleased as well, although I'm mad because I just finally got the other template break down. So
Yeah.
all right, so Kristina had a great starting shot on the 2-ball, looking really well leading into the 3-4. What do you think's the trouble ball here in this rack? The 6 to the 7? If there's not really, but
I was going to say
the key shot, I guess.
You need to be, and it depends on the player too. You either want angle on the 6-ball to come back across, and shoot the 7-ball in the left pocket as we're looking at it, or you want to get straight and just drop back on the 6-ball.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think there are certain shots that are preferential to the player.
Absolutely.
Or even just how they get on the 5, right? Going from the 5 to the 6. Like if they get a little funny, they may choose a different path to the 7.
And I think these pockets being so unforgiving,
they are brutal this week.
I think it makes a difference on sometimes you change on where you might normally play position.
Oh, agreed. I agree. So these pockets are actually supposed to be 4.5 standard pockets, but I think because the cloth was not brand new, they're tight. They're just shooting them back at you.
4 1/4.
Yeah, they are playing like 4 1/4. So it goes to say, too, I think some of us are a little spoiled. We always play in that perfect brand new cloth. And so with these super clean balls, and so it changes the dynamic a little.
It does, which I can't complain about because what's good for one is good for all.
That's right.
Or what is bad for one is
And the
bad
equipment
for all.
still plays good.
Yes.
It's just,
absolutely.
You got to be mindful a little bit more.
Exactly.
That the pockets are not as accepting.
And I think it's affected all of us in a good way. And, it's not a big deal. Kristina looks so comfortable. She just, I love watching her when she's on. Now, she came from, now I think she's just going to draw this down the rail. Depending, well, hold on.
I think the 9-ball, she's a lefty, so the 9-ball is definitely hindering her cueing a little bit.
Okay.
Making her a little less comfortable than Normal if you watch her, she kind of gets up and gets down.
I'm trying to see if she's. Yeah, she got a little too close to that 9-ball. She might just draw it right back down. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. That's actually perfect.
I have short people issues on the shot. Looks like Kristina does too. Lori John's a little taller than me, so she probably doesn't have any problem at all reaching that ball.
And I definitely apologize because so you're going to laugh, but when I'm on a table, I don't have the problem. But when I'm watching or I'm away, my depth perception is awful. So the fact that she did this, obviously the 7-ball is a lot easier than what I think it is.
Yeah. It is weird doing it from behind the screen.
But I have I have no depth perception. So that shot that didn't even occur to me.
Listen, y'all, the world champion is telling us she has no depth perception. I call BS on that. All right, so just so you guys know too, yeah, Kristina is actually a Bulgarian player, but she's residing in Birmingham, Alabama. She does have 3 second place finishes last year in 2024 season. So she's hungry. She's real hungry.
She is, and she's playing. Oh, okay. And she's playing. She's just comfortable right now. Yeah. I've been watching her this week. I rooted for her yesterday. I told her, I said, you are really just play like you've been playing, and you're going to be fine.
She's also a Mez sponsored player. So shout out to Caroline Powell and all the Mez reps. She is the one that made me want to try the Mez Air Drive 3 jump cue because she posted some videos about it, and I was searching for a jump cue, and she's like, Lonnie, you just got to check it out. So she's a great representative for Mez. I'm sure they're glad to have her. Oh, she's currently ranked number 3 on the WPBA, and her world ranking is number 8 overall. So pretty impressive for the Slayer. All right, this is going to be our first look at Tzu-Chien. We call her Wei Wei. She's our number 5 ranked player on tour, but I'm sure that's moving up as she's getting closer to this finals.
Absolutely.
They call her the Wave, and I will say this about Tzu-Chien. This young lady, if she is down 5-1, she's more dangerous than if she's up 5-0 on you.
Absolutely.
She is one of those players that if she's down, she is never out, and I'm always captured by how well she manages to hold her composure and battle back through those tough matches. So here's our first look at her and her break for the hot seat match.
They're very different, very different style players. Mm-hmm. I love watching Wei Wei play. She's very, I don't even know the right.
She's methodical, almost.
Thank you. Yeah, she's very methodical.
Wow, great break.
Yeah.
She does miss the one in the side, but the wing ball goes, and she's coming to the table with a great starting shot.
Good angle on the 2, for the 2-ball. 3, I don't see much. She just has to get on the correct angle, I guess, for the 3 to get to the 4. And that's 7-ball goes past the 9. In a great world of not being on the table, she's out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I never miss the ball from right here.
Exactly.
So I think I played perfect from the booth. All right. Looks like she'll take her time, but be mindful, people. These ladies are on a 40-second shot clock with 1 40-second extension per rack and 60 seconds after the break.
I think it's definitely long enough.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's not so, and what I like about it, too, is I feel like the 30 seconds, just like you notice some of the international players that are new to the tour, when they get on the shot clock, they bring all their cues to the table with them if they might have to jump. Then they lay one down on the floor. We don't really want that to happen here.
Right.
We're not using the shot clock as punishment. We're just using the shot clock to keep pace in the match, and so that the viewers at home, especially for our feature table, don't kind of get, run off by the slow play. So this is really just a way to keep pace in the tournament, and it's not a punishment for the ladies. So we tell them, if you need to go get your cue, It's fine.
Right.
Just go get your cue. We'll stop the clock. Just get your cue in a timely manner and let's go. Don't, we're not punishing you with the shot clock. So I think some of the international players, I see them come running to the table with both cues, laying stuff down on the floor, and we don't need that. So she did catch the window between the 7 and the 9 from the 2 to the 3. And we'll see. Does she just go one rail back across for the pink 4 in the same pocket?
No, yeah. I mean, that's, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And that did not. I think she hit low. She aimed low on the cue ball, but she didn't have any power.
Yeah.
It just kind of,
Fizzled.
yeah.
Bit of deceleration, maybe.
Exactly. And when you decelerate, you don't have that little punch, and it followed instead. Mm-hmm. So she's still, I mean, she has a little tough shot here, but
As long as she can get comfortable and the cueing over the 8, she does need follow anyway. So if she can get level, and she looks like she's, coming down into the shot. Let's go to the side
she's
view.
over. I mean, she's over the 8 ball pretty good.
All right, so there'll be some hesitation in the cue ball. Well played.
Shot.
Well played.
Beautiful.
They call her the Wave, ladies and gentlemen. So Tzu-Chien is a Brunswick-sponsored player, as well as Predator, CPBA Cloth, and Jam Up Apparel. If you need any information about Tzu-Chien, you can always go to Steve Rao Pro Billiards and get all kinds of stuff. They've got lots of like really cool memorabilia and some jerseys that are from Tzu-Chien and Kelly Fisher's line. So, check them out.
Yeah, I was in the booth yesterday checking it out.
He probably had you signing all kinds of balls, didn't he?
A lot. Yes.
Steve's great, though. I will say he does a lot of work, not just for Tzu-Chien and Kelly, but also for the WPBA. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He does. He really goes above and beyond for us, so we're really grateful to have him as part of our team.
So this tournament, I noticed how many 7-7 hill matches there have been. It shows the level of competition. It shows the girls are fearless. They're just fearless. It doesn't matter if you're down. You can always come back. And I saw more. I'm telling you, yesterday there were more hill matches.
Oh, I know. With my husband doing the timekeeping for the feature table, he was like, this might have been one of the toughest tournaments simply because every match was, a hill match or real close to hill if it wasn't.
Yeah.
I think that's conducive to the 9 on the spot as well as the alternate break format. I think that has a lot to do with it. Let's look and see. I've got the other table as well. This is the B side matchup between Pia Filler and Soa. Looks like Pia has taken the lead in rack 1. She was 1-0 over Soa. And looking pretty good in rack 2. So we'll check back in on that match as soon as we can. We want to stay with our feature matchup as well. After this rack, we'll take a quick break and check out. Maybe we'll check out a little bit about our World Championships that are coming up. Some good matches today. I was conflicted on this. I was almost at the point where I was like, you guys, can I just put both tables on one stream view? Because I wanted to watch both matches. It's so hard to not be able to watch both. And then I was going to post the other match on our YouTube channel, which would have been beautiful, except the broadcaster updated and it was giving me a fit this morning. So I ran out of time, basically.
Easy things that we don't see behind the...
Oh, if you could see without this hat on, I probably gained 4 new gray hairs. So there's that. All right, Kristina Zlateva to break. All right, so she does. She's successful, gets the 1 in the side. Let's see if she gets a shot on the 2. Oh, it laid real tight to that right long rail.
Difficult shot on the 2. Or she can, obviously play safety.
All right. While those ladies are doing that, check that out. That is the perfect rack, the official rack sponsor of the WPBA. Kristina will not leave that rack on the table. She will put it on the table by the scorekeeper. She is not a fan of leaving the rack on the table. That I do know.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not. Sometimes I've done it, but I don't like it either. I like it on away from me. So let's see. She's looking at the shot. You know, the 3 balls down the other end of the table. So if there's a little window to go through, or lay the 2 ball at on the cushion and then play a safety.
This is
And she
such
went for the
a hard shot. Yeah.
I think I would have gone for the shot.
Yeah.
A little bit of a two-way shot there. Kristina, which I love, is an offensive. I do like her game because she's more of an offensive player, and she will go for something.
But she also has the ability to play those little nuancy shots for the safety play, and I like that about her, but she does prefer to trust in her shooting abilities. She is one of my favorites. I think right now I really am enjoying all of the ladies that are on tour. And we're seeing a good mix of international flair, but as well as just solid play. And these ladies are sheer competitors.
Now, that was an incredible kick shot. Speed just perfect. It couldn't have been played any better.
Yeah, Ada Leo would say that was jail time. Good look at how close she is. The cue ball is to the 2 or the 7 ball. Doesn't look as though she maybe, I don't think she's quite froze, so it looks like she should be able to go 1 rail to make a hit.
Very nice.
Well played. The ball sits up a little. She's left way Tzu-Chien. Not a great option. Yeah, and no, the combination's really odd. And a lot of distance between the 2 balls, so I don't. But Way's creative, so you never really know.
Yeah, obvious. I just saw a really, her last kick shot safety was creative.
It was. It was beautiful.
You know, I'm just reading some of the comments, and I do agree with someone who said the level of play, the fact that the first 2 racks were break and run, it definitely helps with the 7-7 with the hill matches.
Well, we're seeing it so much with the alternate break format, and it's amazing. All right. Going for 3 rails underneath the 9. She needs some pace.
Yeah. Didn't get there.
A little short. Good effort. Now, here, I think I would go for pocketing this ball because it's such a good 2-way shot.
Correct.
You shoot it, the cue ball comes down 2 rails, down for the 3.
You just have to be careful with the 8 ball. Yeah. If you're going to go for the shot, you just, you don't want to hit.
8.
Yeah, if you bump the 8, and she chose a safety.
Yeah,
really good.
That's not a bad option either, but see, it leaked out, so.
I don't know if it did or is it frozen?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it leaked. Let's look here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's not frozen.
Depth perception, see.
That view's kind of tough anyway for to see anything on the top side of the table.
Anyone also who wants to go to WPBA.com to see our tournament schedule for the year. Great shot.
Beautiful.
She really studies. I watch her face. Wei really studies the balls. It's almost painful how much she concentrates on the actual shot, and she's so very disciplined.
She is, and she's a really good ambassador of the sport because she's actually very kind and easy to speak with. She smiles when you talk to her. I mean, she's just really a kind human. So she looks very, like she says in her little interview with the Q Queen, she says, I know I look all nice or whatever. She goes, but if you're not careful,
Right.
whoosh, I'll go right over you. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about like Wei. All right. The Wei should draw this back out 2 rails for the 5 in the right side pocket.
Yeah, she takes a lot of time. If you notice, like her strokes, she takes a lot of time, and you can just see that brain. You know, after maybe the 5th or 6th stroke, it's like, okay, I'm there, and then that's what one of the things that I think makes her a great player.
Absolutely. Well, and she's Wei's a master of the shot clock because she knows that when she's down on the ball, they stop the clock.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's a master at the shot clock. Little history on the shot clock here at the WPBA. Wei Tzu-Chien is the reason that we asked for the shot clock. In Wisconsin, her and Bean tried to kill us all and had like a 5-hour finals match. And we were like, that's it, ladies.
Not happening.
Nope, we're going back to the mandatory TV shot clock. I can't sit through a 5-hour match. No more.
So she hit that 6 ball and looked straight up in the air. Like, why did I do that? Because now she's a little bit straight. You know, angles are so important when you're running out. You know, because if she stayed on a little bit more, on the left side of the 7 ball, now she comes off the rail and it's easy.
Yeah.
And now she's straight, and it's just a little bit. Everything that gets a little bit more challenging, a little bit more, she chooses to stop the shot. Definitely a difficult shot on this 8 ball. More difficult than it had to be.
Yeah, and she really just didn't have any options anymore because if she tried to force the cue ball around on the 7, she took a big risk at missing the 7. So she knows that she can pocket this 8. It's just a little more difficult than she would have enjoyed.
Beautiful. Didn't even touch the rail. It was a beautiful shot. Really, really pretty.
She hit it wonderful. All right. And I love the fact that she didn't. So this is where amateur players, and I think some of the top players tend to drop the ball. In that particular shot on that 8 ball, she did not try to draw the cue ball past the side pocket and get a better shot on the 9. She accepted a little longer shot on the 9, knowing that she can still make that as well.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take just a quick second to check out our promo. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right with you. All right, everyone. Thank you, guys. They're getting ready to break. There's a little information about our World Championships coming up that the WPBA is producing at the Oneida Casino. We're doing July 4th weekend in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's amazing. I think we've got like over 20 Americans signed up for that out of a 64 field. So
Yes.
Shout out to the WPBA for producing such an awesome event. And according to Billy, and you might be able to clarify this, Lori John, we thought this was the first Women's World 8-Ball Championship ever, but Billy said there was one years ago. You would probably know that. but it would have been years ago, obviously.
I know, and the problem with me is when I was little, like I just played in the tournaments. I don't know if I really
You knew what what they were exactly. All right.
but it's never been this big.
No, it's amazing.
I don't care if there was one. Yeah, it was not this big.
I promise you this, the
Best
WPBA's, we're going to put on an event. That's for sure. All right, well played. Good pace. It's looking good coming into this rack. Tzu-Chien is currently up 2-1 over Kristina Zlateva. Give you guys a quick update too. Pia Filler has taken the lead 2-1 over Soa on the B side. I call that the scenic route.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't like calling it the loser side. I like calling it the B side or the scenic route through an event. You just get to play more matches. That's all.
I'm very, very familiar with the losers. I think I won probably 90% of my tournaments from the one-loss side.
I always tell that to people. I'm like, when they get all, oh, I lost my match. And I'm like, you know, some of my favorite wins in any event was from the B side. So the victory is just sweeter when you do it that way.
Exactly.
All right, so she's a little off angle on this 5 ball. She's going to have to catch the window between the 8 and the 6.
Looks like she's just going to follow into it.
So 1, 2 rails.
2 rails, 3 rails if you hit the other one, but yeah. Yeah,
She's going to
beautiful.
bump into the 8 to hold the cue.
Yep.
Just past it. Wow. Well executed. And she's got, you know, she's got her cue ball, so that's good. Just shooting past the 8 shouldn't be a big deal. We are down to the final 4. This is the A side hot seat match. Thank you guys for watching. The winner of this will be guaranteed a seat in the finals, a single race to 10. The lady who is not successful in winning this match will go play the winner of the Pia Filler Soa match. So we have this match, then one more before the finals.
And all great,
Amazing.
amazing players. So anything can happen.
Yeah, and if you, I think if you look at Fargo rate, Kristina Zlateva, her Fargo rate, she's the lowest Fargo rated player still left in the event. But I mean, we don't use Fargo anyway, really. But just for you guys to see that the scale of play is just phenomenal at this event. Soa is a 757. Tzu-Chien is a 752. Pia is a 715, and then Kristina, she floats between a 698 and a 7 something. She moves around some. Beautiful.
Yep.
All right, Tzu-Chien 3-1 over this layer. It's like it's about to be Kristina's rack, so let's check out what's going on the other table. Score is currently 2-1 in favor of the Killer Filler, but Soa is at the table, poised to take this rack and tie that match back up.
Yeah, this should be a run out.
She's so graceful at the table, Soa.
I watched her last night against Weiwei, and yeah, she is. That's a great word for it, graceful.
She's graceful.
You know, she kind of floats around the table. She just does her little thing, and nothing. There's nothing powerful about her. There's nothing weak about her. There's nothing. She just runs out. She got a little funny on that though. On the 8 ball.
Her fundamentals are so solid. I just don't want to miss the rack there.
Oh yeah. Her
Her fundamentals are so solid that she can afford to leave herself in these positions where she needs to track the cue ball around 1 or 2 rails because she just doesn't move. She's so smooth. No head movement. If her head moves, she misses the ball. That's it. She's
Right.
just so she's fun to watch, really. I didn't like playing her, but all right, guys, we're gonna go back to the featured table. We'll come and check in on that match again shortly. Kristina Zlateva to break.
Ooh, that 2-ball keeps this. This is second rack. The 2-ball was on the other side of the last one, but 2-ball keeps going to the rail like that. So I wonder what she's going to do here. Is she going to go for the the 2-ball because she missed it the last time?
Yeah, I think she'll go for it again just because, or I mean, I guess she could play a safe if she'd like to. But I think that this kind of almost lends itself to a two-way, so it might be worth it to take the chance. I don't think the 2 is frozen to the rail. It's very close, though. It might be. I tried to get closer to the monitor, like that was going to help me. I was like, let me get my spectacles. All right, so it's nice here. All right, so she hits it real good that time. She needs a bump on the 3.
Job. That was a great shot.
Very well played.
So sitting in the chair, people have no idea how difficult that shot was because she just sat in the chair for 2 full racks and did nothing. And to come with that as your first shot just shows the type of player that Kristina is.
She has so much fire in her and determination. And I almost would say a little bit of grit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I like that about her. Whereas I think that Tzu-Chien would be another person you could describe as graceful around the table, just like Soa. They both have that grace, but I feel like Kristina has that grit and determination that makes her a lot of fun to watch, and it's easy to cheer for her because you can see it that she's just grinding. In just a couple racks, folks, we'll discuss what we got coming forward as far as our Sunday giveaway, which actually started yesterday. So I'll get you guys up to date on that here about the 6th rack. So.
And Kristina also is, she is also a methodical player. And she has a definite rhythm that she goes through. She does her whole, pre-shot routine.
Yep.
But she's a faster, once she's down on the shot, I think she's, then she does her thing and then she shoots. She's a little bit faster than Way on pulling the trigger.
I like it when she's looking at something and you can tell that she's like, because her eyebrows will raise up. She'll raise her eyebrows up. She never speaks, but her eyebrows will come up a little like, all right, this is what I got.
And she always looks like this. Nothing changes. She doesn't, you don't ever see her frazzled or excited or anything. She just stays the same level.
Very even keeled.
So I do have to say, she is Team Olhausen.
That's right.
With me, so I'm not being partial here, but
you're partial.
Let's go Team Olhausen.
Yeah, she's also sponsored by Iron City Billiards as well as CPBA Cloth with Weiwei, Jam Up Apparel, and Kamui. And I said earlier, she's a Mez sponsored player, so all her shooting equipment is through Mez and Women in Pool. So if you guys are interested in following any of those companies, please do so. I'm sure they would appreciate the support. If you're a Slayer fan, I'm sure that would be they'd appreciate it. I want to say thank you real quick to Pat Hickok, Ed Koch, and Jerry Rothman for their donations, as well as Gloria Jean, who actually is the creator of Women in Pool. So,
Yes.
you know, thanks, guys, for your donations to the WPBA. We appreciate you and your support. Just making sure I'm double checking all these bio sheets from the ladies. Kristina, I think we made mention that she's currently number 3 on the WPBA, but number 8 in the world. Wei Tzu-Chien is number 5 at the moment on the WPBA. I don't know her world ranking. Probably about the same, pretty close.
So it's it's interesting, you know, with the alternate break, you know, Kristina obviously has to get get one of her breaks in order to tie the match up.
Yeah, she's got a break serve. That's what I like to call it. Like it's a tennis phrase, right? So you either hold serve or you break serve. She's got a break serve. She's got to get one of these racks back from Wei Tzu-Chien.
They're both so mentally fit. You know, it is very difficult. You know, yes, a lot of times when people say that you know, yeah, you get more play on the loser side, but it's also more mentally and physically taxing on the, you know, it's hard. It's very difficult. And right now, they're both just so mentally fit for this match.
Well, Kristina, for those of you guys who don't know this, Kristina is, she's been running like 5Ks and doing big hikes. And so she is also very physically fit at the moment. I actually made mention she's, that she looks thinner, right? And she's like, oh, girl, she goes, I've been doing those 5Ks and whatever. And I'm like, she's like, you can come with. I'm like, no, I can't. Nothing about running a 5K sounds fun to me, Kristina, but you want to go hike.
I can hike 5 miles in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's straight uphill or on, but running, no.
I'm running away from that. That's what I promise you.
Exactly.
And I do work out. I just don't like to run. All right. Well played.
Yeah. She's a very good safety player. You know, she just, very rarely does she not, you know, perfect the shot.
Yeah, she's what I call, she has a really high pool IQ.
Yeah.
She sees the table, and she's done some commentary with us as well, and she's really good on the commentary side as well. Because she does have such a high pool IQ, she understands the concept of the game and what it takes to execute certain shots. And I just really, I'm a big fan of KZ. I also enjoy Wei Tzu-Chien. I've tried to drag her in the booth a few times, but she was kicking me and it wasn't fun, so I just stopped. She does not enjoy the booth.
Okay. Well, this is Kristina. Oh, this is really Kristina's. I don't know.
It might be. We'll see. I think it's a little far on the outside of the pocket, but the 2-4 is or the 2-5 is not really a great shot, so it might be worth it with ball in hand. I don't know. I don't think the 2 goes past the 5.
We'll see. What is she going to do? Go for the
If the 2 wasn't tied up, I don't think she would. But with a 2 ball being tied up, I think that this is with ball in hand. I mean, it may be worth the effort, you know?
Yeah. And I agree with you, but I'm reading some of the comments. I'm like, your stamina is definitely not an issue for either one of these ladies. It used to not be an issue for me. Great shot. Great shot. That was a beautiful, smart shot. Good shot. She's just, I love that she's so confident, you know, like just.
Let's see if we can replay that shot real quick. Let's see, and there you go, folks. That's the look. At that cool combo from the Slayer. Making sure she's getting in this match and then staying strong. We'll check out what's going on the B side matchup over here. It looks as though the score is 3-2 in favor of Pia Filler. And unfortunately, we're racking on both tables, so I really don't get to watch pool on either table at this moment. Yeah, so for those of you guys who are just tuning in, my name is Lonnie Fox Raymond, and you are watching the WPBA Billiards. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Billiard TV or Amazon Prime, thank you for joining us. I have Hall of Famer Lori John Brown in the booth with me. It's a pleasure, so I'm happy to have her this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do also. Oh. It is what you've taken our stream. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Appreciate it.
I've noticed from day one to what it is now. It's come very far. So,
well, without the creative genius, or maybe mad genius of Angela Janik on the beginning phases of this streaming, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today. But,
not at all. But it took a team.
Yeah,
so.
it took a lot of us and a lot of learning, and here we are.
And you're the crazy person that stuck with it.
I do think I need medication, but that's a different conversation, Lori John. So Kristina has broken and looks as though she's got a great look at the table. As long as the 3 does go past 8, which I do believe it does. I didn't even see the 2 ball in the pocket.
Yep.
It's in the jaws. Now, how do you approach these shots when the ball's real deep in the jaws here? I mean, what's your theory on this? Do you always make sure you hit ball first? Tell me some things.
It depends on how far in the pocket it is. Sometimes it's so far in the pocket you cannot hit the rail first.
Yeah.
And you have to hit it straight and draw it back. If you can use the rail, I like always using the rail. And obviously it was fairly easy, and she just cut it. And it took a natural path, but not always can it do that. Sometimes people think, oh my gosh, when a ball's hanging like that and they make a mistake or something weird happens, people are like, the ball was hanging. How could they, and they have no idea that how difficult that shot is.
Yeah, I absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's one of the hardest shots in pool, in my opinion, especially on a 9-foot diamond table because the shelves are so deep.
Right.
You really have to learn and spend some time learning what the balls will do in reaction. I always say a lot of times, you're better to hit the balls thinner than fatter.
Yeah.
And if the ball is within an inch of the rail, you really need to, figure out how you're supposed to hit those. Some people they get up there and they hit it and it just stuns and dies and they wonder why.
Exactly.
Well, practice, because I'm telling you, there's different ways to hit it from different angles, and they're all just a tad different. And you just have to learn to like them because they're part of the game. All right, so she does get a little farther on this pink 4 than she'd like, but I think she'll just cut it to the top left corner, go over to the right long rail, and just try to come out, get herself back towards
the 5.
The 5. She doesn't have to overhit this, and she doesn't want to.
She takes her time. Her whole setup, Kristina, is now. You know what I'm saying? She's very much, once she gets down on the shot, she doesn't take 7-8 strokes because she doesn't need to. Her whole setup is right now.
Yeah, she's I think she does all her work when she's standing up. So when she gets down on the shot, she's 1,000% committed to that shot.
Exactly.
And I always say, don't do any work when you're down. Make sure you do all the business part of it while you're standing up, all the decision making. When you get down.
No. Oh my goodness.
I know. Oh, we did it. And I wonder. Okay, so Wei should be able to get to this purple 5. I just was curious if it was that weird angle where you can't get to it from any direction.
Yeah, that was a difficult. She had to pull that cue ball in order to see the 6 ball, and I think It just hit the rail a little bit too much, and the pocket didn't take it.
She has been hitting the sweet spot of the pocket most of the event too,
Yes.
so I'm sure she's thinking, how do I miss that? I know as a player, when you miss those ones, you're kind of like, really, how did I miss that? But she didn't look as though she did anything weird. She didn't look like she jumped up off the ball funny.
No,
She just missed it. Caught too much of the side rails.
a little bit more angle maybe than she wanted here. Again, it's probably perfect.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it's fine. It just looks different when I'm looking at it.
I do wonder, though.
It is a little bit more angle, I think, than she wanted.
I think she's
But
got
she's going to pop it. I think she's going to. It does. Wait, does it look like she's following or no?
Right. See,
Yeah, she's gonna pull it
avoid the
down, yeah.
9. Yep. Great
Great
shot. Very well
Now,
played.
and that's a difficult shot.
Yes.
That's a difficult,
Absolutely.
you know, to make the shot, but to have perfect cue ball control.
All right. Thank you so much, Don Anamoni. I hope I'm saying that right. I always feel like I'm not. We appreciate your support here, and we put you into our drawing for our giveaways. There will be 4 chances real quick here while the ladies are doing that. It looks like they're going to take a break. We can talk a little bit about our swag while the ladies are on break. This is our swag for this event. We've got 4 items that will be shipping out separately, so there'll be 4 possible winners, a couple pieces of Kamui Roku chalk. The white Castello leather case is gorgeous, you guys.
They are gorgeous.
Yeah, it's about a $500 value. So one person will be winning that. We will draw after the finals. There's also an autographed t-shirt signed from the ladies of this event. Some of the ladies we've been able to catch and get them to sign that t-shirt, as well as a signed autographed media guide. So in order to win those or have a chance to enter for those, you need to be on WPBA Billiards and send us a super chat through our YouTube live chat while we are live. So if you're interested in getting involved in that, please come on over to WPBA Billiards on YouTube. All right, so what else do we got going on? Let's go to the other match and see what's happening, Lori. Are they on break too? This is my luck,
What a joy.
All right, so this match is currently 3-3. So we'll go ahead and just throw some commercials while we're waiting.
Digital Pool is the ultimate app for billiards enthusiasts, tournament directors, and league operators. Digital Pool enables world-class billiards events by using innovative technology to enhance and streamline the experience at every angle. Experience features like live scoring, text notifications, table assignments, real-time match updates, automatic reporting the Fargo rating, player stats and profiles, live streaming overlays, online player registration, and digital payment tracking. Enjoy all this and more by signing up for your free account at digitalpool.com.
I'm Kristina, the #1 in the world, and you're watching WPBA on YouTube.
All right, guys, we're just waiting for the ladies to get back from their break. Looks like Kristina has come back to the table. We'll do a quick check on the other side, see if we got any action over there. And Pia and So are back also. Lots of good action going on in the room. There's these two matches. I mean, these ladies are just exceptionally talented. And you know, you can just see the amount of work that all four of these ladies are putting on a regular basis. I mean, it's just so evident. This is the toughest field we've probably ever seen in the WPBA, and these are the last four ladies. It's a testament to their work ethics. And all right, so Pia Filler's breaking. We're just waiting for Wei to come back from her break on the featured table, so we'll give you guys a little look at what's going on with Pia and Soa. All right, so we are using the Perfect Rack. That is the official rack sponsor here for the WPBA, as well as Diamond Tables, Aramith Billiard Balls. We're using the Black Series for this event, and for the World Championships, we're using the Blacks. As well as Simonis cloth. It was so grateful to our long-lasting relationships with those companies.
Yes.
They continue to support us. Even when we were a little on the down and out, they were still on board.
They still supported us.
So thank you to them, and of course to the multiple new sponsors that we've acquired over the last year. We really appreciate all your support, and that you understand our vision, and we appreciate that as well. All right, so it looks like Tzu-Chien is back at the table. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but we're going to let them get settled. Watch a few more shots from the killer herself, Miss Pia Filler.
You wouldn't see that with the men players.
What they're doing.
Kristina's like helping her with something.
Yeah, no, actually, it's kind of wild because on break they probably were chatting in the bathroom, like, you know, we're just so fierce at the table, but when we're not at the table, I mean, it's nothing but love amongst these ladies. All right, so Pia played a great shot on that too to come around 2 rails for the red 3. She's looking really well to finish this rack out. We'll stick to it until Wei and Kristina decide to stop breaking, having a big break. They're both at the table. I don't know what they're doing. They're probably waiting for us.
I don't know, something, I don't know what's wrong with something is, she's getting help from somebody else, whatever the issue is.
I have no idea. All right, so that's okay, though, because that gives us a few minutes to kind of watch what's going on with Pia and Soa's match. Like I said, Pia is and Soa, they are tied 3-3, so these matches both seem to be about at the same pace. All right, well played. Nice shot going to the 4, or from the 5 to the 6. Sorry, I do that every once in a while with these Black Series.
So with the Black Series, I messed up once on the position. I played position for the 5 ball instead of the 4 ball, but I got lucky because it just so happened to be there. And when I saw it, I went, oh gosh, I just played.
Just fake it, Lori John. Just fake it. Nobody will know. All right, still waiting. Not sure what's going on. I'm almost wondering if maybe like Wei Su-Chen's watch or something. Something's going on because
Maybe it's snagged and won't
yeah,
come
they were
off.
like both. They were there looking at whatever was going on with Wei's wrist. So I'm assuming that was it. Want to say thank you to Lynn G and of course Mad Hatter Billiards for their donations to the WPBA stream on YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
Pia's game is very steady.
Yeah.
Just there's nothing I don't know. Like I love watching different players because some people are a little bit more aggressive at the table, some like Kelly Fisher,
Yeah.
some people, and she's just like steady. Pia's just steady.
Yeah, I think that she's put in so much work just making sure she's seeing the game properly, executing the shots properly, that she just does exactly what she's supposed to do every single time.
Yes.
And that's got to be good enough. And I think obviously working and having the best player in the world as a husband
Yeah, it
doesn't help or doesn't hurt
Doesn't
anything.
hurt. Yeah.
She also will, if you guys are not familiar, you should go to their YouTube channel. They're doing some really fun stuff over there, her and Joshua. So, all right, well, it looks like we're finally back to our feature table. Wei Su-Chen is in the lead 4-3 over this layer. Wei Su-Chen will be breaking. I really don't know what happened. I'm still trying to figure it out, kind of. And it makes me wonder if maybe something has happened with Wei's hand or weird. All right. I'm sure we'll figure it out after the match.
We'll find
yeah.
out afterwards. Yeah.
Wow. Great break.
Yeah. Good spread. Good.
Decent. Yeah. Crazy. All right. So it looks like she can just play the 3 in the side and she can catch the window between the 5 and the 9.
Yes. Her chin actually goes below the cue stick when she's on her setup. I don't think I could like do that.
I don't know that I ever noticed that before. That's a good call there, Lori.
It was on there. It was just there. I saw it go down. Might not be every, but so important, when you see, for people who are watching, when you see people like get up and get down and get up and get down, it is vital to know exactly how you are going to shoot a shot and be committed to it, because when you're not, you will either miss or miss the position. And that's why a lot of times you'll see the girls go up and down, up and down. They just want to be 100% sure and committed to the shot.
So the 6 is in the pocket. I mean, it's just a tad out, but it's. I don't think she's going to have any trouble making this ball.
Didn't see the 6.
You didn't?
No, I was looking. I'm
sweet.
like she stopped perfectly for this.
At first, that was my instinct as well, but after making the mistake on the 2-ball earlier, I thought I probably got to look at the table.
Good 3 rail. Thinking she's going up and down, thinking what she wants to do, how far back she wants to pull that cue ball.
Nice.
Okay, Weiwei goes up 5-3 on Kristina. Kristina's break, very, very important. This is really a big swing game here.
It's definitely important at this point. I think every rack is important here, but that was the table run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so I had a couple of them in this set already. And we haven't seen an outrageous amount of table runs with the 9 on the spot. I don't know that it's by any comparison to with the 1 on the spot, but I felt as though we saw a lot more of them when we were breaking with the 1 on the spot. So, all right, real quick while Wei is racking, and before I get distracted, Pia Filler is up 4-3 at the moment over Soa. Looking pretty good.
Looking good here, yeah.
I like Pia. I don't know how much you watched of the Derby City, Lori, but Pia was so impressive at the Derby City Classic this year. I mean, finishing I think she finished 11th out of 504 players.
Yeah.
She played so good. I was so impressed with her, and Kristina, and as well as April. Even Angela Janik played really well. She had a couple good matches under her belt as well. But the 4 ladies that went in and represented what I feel is represented the WPBA, they were just exceptional.
Yes.
They were.
I know because playing at Derby, I've played in the 9-ball just a couple times, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And no.
Yeah. So
and the fact that they play such great great players and are able to come in, Pia came in, I was like, you go girl. I sent her messages.
Heck yeah, because it was impressive, and what a good representative for us ladies on
Great
that
kick.
level. And also, that was something else too that I noticed, and I want to make mention. I think the stream helps this. Watching them, I'm not gonna lie, they had such a better pace, the ladies did, than any of the guys that I streamed that week. And I think a lot of it has to do that we play on a shot clock.
Yes.
Their pace was so good and smooth and timely. And some of the guys, I was like, will you just shoot the ball already? But it was really fun to watch, and I was really happy to stream a lot of their matches for them. And so we'll get back to this match. Watching Pia walk around the table reminded me of that.
Is she curving? I think she could see it, and she's putting the English on just curved it just enough. Yeah, it was a good shot. Good safety. She just let it squeak out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how much of the two she actually, if she can see all of the two. I don't believe that she can. I may be wrong. If the cue ball had traveled just a hair further, she'd have had a good shot on it in the side. She may have to come up with something here, whether it be a safety play or a cross bank into the right-hand side pocket.
Depends on how much she can see
See,
of the
yeah.
two ball. I think she can see it enough to cross it. Or, well, is she?
I don't know.
Maybe she can see more of it than we think.
Even with the other views, I'm not getting a good look at it, so I'm like, oh, I don't know. We'll see what she chooses to do here. She'll let us know soon enough. Yeah.
Okay, she was able to just.
If she doesn't get it under that 6, Kristina's going to have a very clear shot at the 2.
Smart shot. Nice.
Very good.
Weiwei's such a good kicker. You know, you really don't want that two ball near the pocket or on the near the rail where she can just.
We've had some really good kick shots made this week, too.
Yes.
I think all levels of the game, the ladies are getting so much better. It's unreal. I'm not mad. I think it's fantastic. All right, so it looks like the cue's going to track under this 8.
Wow.
Whole lot of pace on that ball, and it worked out. Fortune tends to favor the bold.
It sure good. That's a good
We
little
did that way.
good little comment there.
Right.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites. My other one is when people scratch, like, oh my God, it's dark in there. Wah, wah, wah. All right, so Kristina is coming to the table, and is she getting ready? Did she grab her jump cue?
Yes, she did.
So she jumps with the Mez Air Drive 3. So she's going to the air.
I can't jump with a sidearm. She jumps very, very well.
And I did catch that on the replay,
And
folks.
she did not get a shot.
Still no bueno. She may do it again. We'll
She's
see.
gonna have to do it again.
Man, that ball is very close.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Such a good jumper. She jumps so well there.
She does. You know, using the side, I like I said, I can't. I've tried the side arm. I just can't do it. And she almost strokes. You can. She almost strokes the shot in.
Yeah, she's just so good at that. Like, and you can see the amount of work that these ladies are putting into all these different nuances, the kicking, the jumping. You know, that stuff doesn't come natural. It comes with hard work.
Yes, it does. It's a lot of practice. You know, it's been a really good match. I mean, literally, Kristina missed one ball.
Yeah.
And this is the score. I mean, there's been nothing between both of the players. There's been nothing bad or wrong or, you know.
Yeah, I think that weird miss on the 5 ball for Kristina really is
it
just
was
the
the 5 ball.
difference in the match at this moment.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Both of them have made great shots. They've both made good kick shots. Not a whole lot of ball in hands given away. They're both breaking the balls well.
Good runouts.
Yeah. So
there's-
so to be fair, it's the one little mistake here or there that may be the difference in the whole thing. But this is early, and this is about the time in the match where we see the momentum shifts. So we'll see if that happens in this matchup. I always say I would rather be on the losing side of the beginning part of the match, because when the momentum shifts,
Yes.
I want to be on the other side of that. So we do tend to see this often. But Wei Wei does not seem to be letting up at all. So Kristina's going to have to she's going to have to get a roll somewhere in this match to get a couple of those games back. We'll see if that's an option. All right, nice stroke by Wei. All right, there you have it. The crowd appreciated that. Let's check out what's going on the B side over here. Currently, the score is 5-3 in favor of Pia Filler, but it looks like Soa is at the table. She has a nice shot on the 5. She just rolled the pink 4 into the side. She should be just fine to complete this rack. Nothing looks to be much trouble. High ball on the pink or the purple 5. One rail across. She can use the second rail if she'd like. Not necessary, but an option. All right, beautifully played.
Yeah. Stay out in the middle of the table for the natural angle. You always try to do a natural angle for your position.
Yeah, Ben, make sure I'm not missing the feature table here. We're going to slide back over, guys. We'll keep you updated on that match going forward. Wei Tzu-Chien to break. The score is 6-3 in favor of Wei Wei.
For everyone who's watching on YouTube or wherever you're watching, please make sure you like our channel.
Yeah, please. It's very, very, it is important for us. I don't think people realize that those algorithms do mean something. So if you are watching on the WPBA Billiards on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up for the video, but also that you subscribe to the channel. It does help us with our sponsors and to show that we have a following going forward. So all of those things are super important for us. All right, one little weird on the break here. Cue ball just kind of stomps and stays real close to the side pocket.
If she gets out some in the middle of the table somewhere, she can shoot the 2 ball.
This rack looks a little bit more difficult than some of the other racks that she's played today.
Definitely.
Oh boy.
I think she tried to just make it and come, come in the center. And
Yeah, so I'm not gonna, this is kind of wild. So when I watch Kristina, something that she does, which I think is in her favor for this particular shot, a lot of times Kristina, instead of drawing the ball to get back to the table with a ball in hand, she'll put it behind the ball and shoot it up table, shoot it to a pocket further away.
Yes.
And I learned that from her because I did not do that. coming back from the bar tables back to the big table.
Always,
There were
yeah.
some little nuances that I wasn't familiar with, and I learned that from her. And boy, that's helpful. It's helpful. And so I knew that shot was going to be no problem for Kristina, because
Right.
if she had ball in hand, she probably would set herself up right there. All right, so she's a little steeper on this too than she would have liked. What's the play here, Lori?
I was going to say she's going to play a safety because
Yeah.
I was looking at the okay, she got it. I was looking at the whole thing, and she would either again, it was a lot more angle, I think, than it looked. But if she did make the 2, she would have probably had to have played a safety on the 3 either. So she played it. She smart shot, just a smart shot, because if you're going to go for something, it's worth it if you can get out. But when you can't get out, it's not worth going for a shot.
No. Oh. All right. So, I mean, do you try to pocket the 2 and then look for a safety on the 3?
Yes, unless there's a clear safety on this 2 ball. Yeah, I mean, I would pocket it, the 2 ball, and then come and play a
Figure it
safety.
out,
No,
right?
play.
Yeah.
I would know what I was going to do, like what side I would want to come straight on the 3 ball or a little bit of angle on the 3 ball, and no. But unless there's a safety that she can see, I cannot see a safety. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was.
Oh,
Ooh, that was.
this is going to work out, I think.
It did. That was dangerous because the 4 ball. I saw her looking at the combination. I'm thinking she's not going to do that because did you see how close the cue
yeah.
ball came?
Yeah.
That was a little testy shot there.
And she got fortunate because the 4 did bank back around. Otherwise, Wei would have a shot on the 2. So the 4 did bank around and get in the way between the cue and the 2 ball. So really, this layer got a little fortunate on that shot. But once again, this is where my favorite saying, fortune does favor the bold at times.
Yes, it does. And she hit it confidently. She
did.
She looked at it and.
Nice shot. Good selection. Very smart play by Wei Tzu-Chien.
Wow.
That was definitely executed beautifully.
Really, really beautifully. That's where kicking is so important. Not only did she kick it thin to where she was able to do that because she didn't kick it hard. A lot of girls just go up and guys, whoever, and just want to kick it really hard. And she kicks, and see, Kristina did the same thing. She kicked with like purpose. That's what you'll see in professional women's pool.
Yeah, intention behind the shots.
Yes.
It's not just, hope and poke and hope, like they say.
Exactly.
Typically these ladies are aware of the direction they're sending the object ball, the
Yes.
direction the cue ball is going to go after contact. Wei purposely played that ball 3 rails underneath the 2. Personally, I think she was trying to kick the 2 up table by the 3 and use this bit of wall of balls, and she got a little bit fortunate on that, but the intention was right.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you'll see that a lot with the ladies here. We're not just up there swinging at balls anymore. We are definitely top level players, and we're seeing more of that. The growth in our players at this point in the game.
This is a little bit of an opening, open door here.
Everything's on the left side of the table here. I just realized,
it's challenging.
So Lori, is there an angle? Is there an angle to drag this around 2 rails, potentially 3 for the 3 ball? Like this, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I just didn't know how steep, if it was steep enough for that,
And
you know?
you're asking me who it looked straight.
I'm asking you because you're the Hall of Famer in this conversation.
If I'm on the table, I can see the angle. But when I'm here, I'm really hesitant sometimes to say something because
That's all right. The fans at home, they don't care if we're wrong. They just want to hear, they want to watch the match, right? They can mute us if they don't like listening to us.
exactly.
All right. So here we are. Yeah, she's looking good here. I think the 6 does go past the brown 7. It's really about getting positional on the purple 5.
Get down. She hit that very well. The tables are playing a little bit slow. But I found that some certain shots like that, I mean, she hit that pretty good, and she could have come maybe a little bit more. But I don't know if it's the weather here, or, sometimes it.
Well, it's humid here, and then so you've got this humidity that's kind of floating around. So they're cranking the air conditioning to try to get rid of the humidity,
And we're freezing.
and we're all freezing to death. And so, welcome to the casino.
So this looks like she's going to come off the one rail and
Go.
shoot.
She tried to
She's
get
going to
under
do the
it.
combination.
Oh, at first I thought maybe she was trying to get under it for the 6 in the side.
Well, it's either.
The combination is
Yeah,
makeable,
yeah.
though. Well, this is why I'm in the booth, folks, and Kristina's at the table, because I wouldn't listen to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 2 rails around. If she can keep it under the 8, no, it leaked out. Would have been a nice. I think there was an attempt at a 2-way there.
Yep.
I actually I asked my husband to come in the booth and look, and I was like, look at the camera view. I said, the carpet doesn't seem that loud out there,
No, it doesn't.
but it's just vibrant on stream. I'm like, really, just, is it me? Like,
A bright pumpkin orange
Yeah.
with red.
yeah, it doesn't look that bright out there, though. I'm telling you, it's got to have something to do with the lighting over the tables.
Great shot.
And then the stream, of course. All right.
That was a great confident stroke. Good, good strong stroke. And
Absolutely. All right, with these 2 balls, that's going to put away Tzu-Chien on the hill in this race to 8 hot seat match at the 2025 Soaring Eagle Masters. I know
she's shooting a little faster now.
now not one of these ladies has ever won this event. So it's pretty exciting. Everyone here, it would be their first time winning this event.
Wait. Has never.
No, Kelly's won it. Jasmine's won it. Jasmine's won it 3 times, I think. Rita won
Yeah.
it last year. No,
Wei-Wei
I don't think she's won it. I don't think so. I could look. We'll double check while these ladies. Let's check the
Wow.
B-side table in our stream and see how this is going. Pia Filler just pocketed the 9. She should be up 6-4 over Soa. All right, of course, both ladies are racking. So here's a quick look at what we have going on with our swag giveaway. Don't forget, for every $20 donation, you can be entered into a chance to win. No, Wei-Wei's only won Dr. Pool. Wild.
She's won a nice amount of tournaments.
Yeah, for sure.
But that is pretty cool.
So this is our information. We are giving away, we are giving away a media guide as well as autographed t-shirt here with the WPBA, and the really cool prize outside of the media guide, which is super cool, by the way, best media guide yet, I think, is the Castillo Leather Goods white leather case. It is a value of approximately $500. For every $20 donation, we will enter you into our giveaway, and we'll ship them out next week when we get back to our homes. I want to say thank you to Timmy G and Tina Stockinger for their donations. But don't forget, this only goes until a few racks before the end of the finals. So there's not many chances for you to get back into it. I also have a couple pieces of Kamui Roku chalk that I will send. So 4 different chances to win something. 4 awesome prizes. Make sure that you get those donations in on our YouTube through our live super chats. All right, back at it. Let's get back to work here. All right, so Kristina, you know, she's sitting. She knows Weiwei's on the hill. So she's got lots of work to do. If she can't get there, she needs to make sure she's playing proper safeties.
Yeah.
Forcing Tzu-Chien to never have a clean shot at anything.
Which alternating break is
So
difficult.
hard. I know, and Wei's already had a few table runs in this matchup, so it's definitely an uphill battle, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. All right, it's not going to get done doing that, though, Kristina. All right, well.
It's a tough, you know, sometimes when things are not going in your favor, you break. Normally she would have had a shot. Now she
Yeah.
doesn't have the shot. It all.
When it rains, it pours. I like to say my favorite saying about that kind of stuff. I know I have all these weird little Lonnie-isms. Is like, some days you're the windshield and other days you're the bug.
Splat.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel as though she may feel as though she's the bug today and not the windshield. So we'll see. She no matter what happens here, Kristina is still in this event.
She's still in, and I'm definitely not going to count her out
No.
if she does lose. I'm gonna think that she's gonna come back, and we're gonna see this back in the finals.
And we may just be getting a preview of that. We'll see.
Great hold. A lot of inside English. She held that as much as she could for the pink 4-ball. She called an extension, which is smart because very, very important shot here.
Tzu-Chien likes to move that rock around. I expect her to go 3 rails, but she does need to watch out for the 6 ball. Beautiful.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, but let's do the
It's a
side
little
view
testy.
here.
Well, you know. Oh no, she can. Oh no, she is over it. So it is a little testy shot. And she missed that 5-ball. It was a testy shot. See? Sometimes playing position, you know, people don't realize, you know, we as players, you know, we have our expectations, and then when we you know, shoot a shot and we're like now a little over a ball, you know, you get so disgusted, and it's very difficult. You try to, you know, do the best you can, and sometimes you prevail, but she missed that shot. She did not like it. So this is a great opening for Kristina Zlateva.
Just to kind of try to get a little confidence no matter what the outcome. It does help when you get in these situations to just, take another rack or two, build up some confidence, get some more table time, because no matter what happens, Kristina's got one of them's got another match to play
Yes.
before the finals. So you want to use as much table time as possible. Besides, we all know, I mean, just because Weiwei's sitting on the hill doesn't mean things can't happen.
Look, I have seen.
You're
again,
queen of the hill.
I'm queen of the hill. I won a hill match
You're that
this
girl.
tournament.
That a girl.
But I've seen a lot of people, you don't think that people can come back, and certain things, a little bit happens. Somebody breaks the balls again, doesn't get the shot that they want, can't run out. And it can change, it can turn.
Absolutely.
But they're both very strong players, playing very well.
Beautifully played. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run over to the B-side matchup here in our view. Pia Filler is on the hill, 7-4 over Soa. Kristina, Zlateva, and Tzu-Chien will be racking on our feature table. Want to take a quick second to say Ken Furtaw, Angie Gagn, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Gagny, and Stacy Hauer, thank you so much for your donations, and we appreciate your support here at the WPBA. Right. Oh, there's
Both
too many
at
good
7-4.
matches going on. I know.
I know.
I'm like, there's too many going on. I can't watch them all. I am 1,000% a pool nerd. I watch all the pool. All right, guys.
That's why you're good at what you do.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I thoroughly, I will spend a whole weekend. If there's a great tournament going on, I'll spend a whole weekend on my couch watching pool. As long as the commentary is good. Otherwise, I get mad. That I mute it and just talk to the TV myself. Imagine that.
and do your own commentary.
That's right. That's right. All right, here we go, guys. Back to the feature matchup on Tzu-Chien to break. She's had a few table runs in this matchup, so Kristina's going to hope that that something happens and allows her another opportunity at the table in order to stay into this match. Oh, and the one does go. Oh, wow.
She can see the two.
She made
Obviously,
3
it's
balls
right
on
in
the
front.
break.
Yeah. I don't know if
I think it only goes to this top right or lower right-hand corner, right? I don't think it goes past the 8. Maybe it would have half a pocket going past the 8, but I mean, that's just... Whoops, wrong table, guys. I was looking for my overhead view. Well, you guys got to peek at Pia.
Yep.
Little look.
She looks like she's trying to,
She's just going to play safe.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thin it.
2 rails under the pink.
Very important to just play the cue ball here. Don't worry about the 2 ball as much. Concentrate on that the cue ball and freezing it, which she didn't do. So see, this leaves a, it's obviously it's not easy, but Kristina sure makes these jump shots look easy. So
Well, she's going into jump. She was very successful the last time she got up there with her jump cue. The only downside to jumping here is that it really doesn't...
4 ball.
Yeah, it doesn't get you to the 4 anyway.
Right.
I mean, it's unlikely.
But she might,
No.
I don't know. She,
Can she see
again,
it?
like, the
She can see that
she can
too.
see it.
She's going for...
Oh.
That's unfortunate. She could see the edge of the 2. That's beautiful. She got down there and realized that she could see the edge of the 2 and went for the safety instead.
And she played it good. It just, just at the tip of the side pocket, and you can't sometimes. And she missed. Well, yeah, I was going to say she was shooting at it, but she got away with it, I think. Can can you see if she can see it past the 5 ball? I know she can see the ball. I just don't know if she can make it.
I think she has all of it, even enough to make it. It looks as though there's a good chance at that. Oh, I did it again. Wrong view. Sorry, guys. Too many buttons today. Too many buttons. Yeah, I think she's fine here. I think I just don't know exactly. She's looking very intensely at I think she's looking at a safe. What do you like, Lori John? Do you think? I mean,
I'm trying to see if she can. Okay, just to I was. If she could see it to make it, that's fine. But yeah, that's all you could do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You have to when choosing to play a safety, you either need to concentrate on the object ball or the cue ball.
Yeah.
So many people try to do both. And when you try to do both, you fail on all.
Yeah.
So
you
she
gotta
hit
pick
that,
one or the other.
So she hit that ball to come 2 rails, or 2 rails and out. Actually 3. And it was a good shot. And Wei missed the 2 ball. I mean, that was she showed a little bit of nerve possibly there. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes you can't see any emotion out of Wei, so it's odd if you see
any. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't even change her facial expressions most of the time.
When I do something dumb, I laugh or I smile. For whatever reason. Probably because I'm calling myself. That was a great shot.
Oh, I think she's left the window.
I think, yeah, looks like it.
And if she did,
she's set up.
She can go in the side. She can go to the corner, depending on how much of the 2 ball she can see. Wow. That's pretty fortunate to catch the window there for Kristina, because Wei Tzu-Chien played that really well. 2 rail kick. I mean, like I said, Lori John kind of touched on it earlier. I mean, these ladies are kicking safe with intention. I mean, you got to come with your best game to play one of these 2 ladies right now.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Still a good, confident stroke coming from Kristina, which is a good sign.
All right, so she's elevating a little on this.
To come out, 1 rail and out. It was a good shot.
Beautiful.
Yep. She's very good at that shot. You know, when just a slight elevation, she's going to stroke it very smoothly and come with the shot.
She's got a little bounce in her stroke too, right? As she settles at the cue ball, she does this little like bounce thing, right there, right before she goes to execute. And after watching her for a while, and of course playing her a few times as well, you notice it, like you were saying, she does the same things every single time. And there's something about it. It almost reminds me of the way she kind of bounces in her steps around the table. This little hesitation, it's like a two-stroke hesitation right at the ball. There it is. And she'll pull back, hesitate, and follow forward. It's so methodical. She does it every single time. You can tell she's put in a lot of work in her pre-shot routine.
Absolutely.
Well done. Good safety battle there between the two ladies, and catching the window on that two-rail kick safe from Tzu-Chien worked out favorable for Kristina's Zlateva.
And Kristina's breaking.
It will be her break.
So
Fantastic. Let's check out what's going on over at the B side matchup. The score is currently 7-4 in favor of the killer, Pia Filler. Pia is at the table. Looks as though she is kicking. I don't know if self-inflicted or... Wow. Does she make the 5? Oh. She was standing in front of it. I was like, hey, get out of the way. I need to see that.
that was a good try.
Wow. All right. So I favor So to take this rack and get a little tighter in this matchup, get a game back. The score should be 7-5 after Soa completes this. Looks like the players on table 1. So enjoy the show, guys. Looks like the players on table 1 have decided to take a player break. So we'll stay with this match for a few minutes. And see what happens. That's kind of nice. Good timing for them to take a break.
Yeah. It's always nice when you can see both tables a little bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, so she used the 8-ball to stop the cue ball there. And as long as she doesn't, even if she falls straight on the 8, as long as she's got full cue ball, I don't think she'll have too much trouble here.
Right.
She has a great draw stroke, so even if she falls dead straight, she'll be fine.
She can keep the angle, though. Yeah, she can. Yeah, it wasn't too much of an angle on the 7-ball, so she was able to keep the angle on the 8-ball.
All right, is she falling under it? Ooh. Ooh, I wish I had another camera view for this one.
It looks like a really hard angle from here.
I wish I could see that, but at the moment, I do not have access to another camera view on this one.
We will see.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't too bad.
So score is 7-5, guys. I'll leave you guys with LJ for just a minute. I'm going to help out our president, Dean Raisler. Enjoy the show.
So we are at 7-5 on the main table with Weiwei and Kristina, and Sosa and Pia are also 7-5. Pia and Weiwei are ahead. You can never count any of these girls out when they are behind. Too many things have happened this week that I've seen, and I think I've seen more Hill matches. I think I've seen more Hill matches this tournament than I have in any other tournament. And the pockets, everything's been a little bit difficult on these tables, on the diamond tables this week. So I've seen good runouts. I've seen everything, but I've seen a lot of 7-7 matches. So as far as being a spectator, I completely enjoy watching hill matches. As far as playing on a hill match, no. She is breaking. Pia, Filler, and Sosoa's match is the B streaming, and so we jump back and forth. The main streaming table is Weiwei, Suwei. I'm gonna mess. I always call her Weiwei and Kristina's Zlateva. That's the main table. So right now we're while they're on break, we're lucky enough to see Pia and So's match.
All right, guys, I'm back in the action. Tzu-Chien has come back to the table to rack. Kristina's the table will be breaking. I was kind of trying to stick it out on this table. This is the B side matchup between Pia Filler and Soa. One of these ladies will be eliminated, taking home 4th place. The other one will advance, guaranteed 3rd at that moment, to play the not fortunate winner of our feature match. So that didn't make any sense. Not fortunate winner. The loser. We're just going with it. The loser of the feature matchup. So the winner of this match you're watching right now will play the loser of the match we're going back to. Kristina's Zlateva will be breaking.
It's a big swing game here. Like, it is huge.
Absolutely. All right, we'll keep you posted on that match, folks. We're going to go back to our feature matchup. Both of these ladies at the moment are guaranteed 3rd place. The winner of this match will have her seat in the finals. All right, this layer to break. She breaks dry. She needs something to kick in. The one does make its way to the corner. She's going to remove the perfect rack. She'll remove it not only from the table, but she'll move it all the way to the scorekeeper.
Yes.
Kristina does not ever leave that rack on the table.
So she can't see the 2 ball, but she has the option to either kick at it or push. Have a push out.
Now, sometimes these kick and sticks, I'll swing at these versus the push.
Yes.
Because the push is like a double-edged sword. They're just going to do to you what you would do to them.
Exactly.
So I'm not a fan of that. I say that regularly.
I'm also not a fan. I will choose if I can do a kick shot that I know that, I can stick the cue ball, especially from behind like this. I would choose that. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, simply because they're doing it to you. So I'm not sure. Wei's coming to the table with her Predator Air. She's got an air rush jump cue. Yeah, there was some confusion. I think some of the ladies in the room thought the tables were 4 1/4, but I do believe after talking to Mike from Diamond that they are 4 1/2. They are standard, but because the cloth is not brand new, They're playing so tight.
They're playing like they're 4 and a
They are
quarter.
playing like they're 4 1/4. You know, with the tight pocket, or with a regular pocket, but a deep shelf
Yes.
and slightly used cloth. These tables are very
Beautiful.
difficult.
Oh, and she scratched.
Oh boy,
wow.
it's dark in there.
See?
This is exactly what Kristina needs, though, to try to get another rack back in this match and get this match a little closer.
And this is why I say don't ever count anybody out, you know, like no matter what the score is. She's looking at the 9-ball, the
Heck
3-9.
yeah. She made a really good combination earlier on the
He
1-ball,
did.
1-9.
That was actually, it was an unfortunate scratch because it was a beautiful, beautiful jump shot, and she couldn't have hit it any better. Just grazed, the cue ball just grazed off of the, I think it's the 7-ball, and scratched. And boy, if she makes this, and Yep.
Wow. What do you say, folks? The
now
score
she did the little jump. She did that little, she
little happiness step. She's got that. I want to say thank you to Shar, basically, for her donation to the live stream. We thank you so much for your support. Let's check out what's going on. The score is 7-5 over on the B side table.
There must have been a lot of safeties that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, we missed the interchanges. So Pia Filler is on the hill. So with these 4 balls, Pia Filler will lock in her opportunity to play again and guarantee herself 3rd place in this event. Kristina. All right, so Kristina's got a fade. It looks like Tzu-Chien is going to be breaking. We're going to jump back over to the feature. It looks like Pia's knocking them down for the win on that table. Tzu-Chien to break.
Well, this is very exciting.
There's not an ounce of quit in either one of these ladies.
Definitely not. You have to have a big heart, and
All right.
I think Pia just won.
Yep, I think Pia Filler has officially secured 3rd place in this event.
Yes.
Congratulations to Pia Filler. We'll have her on the feature table next against the loser of this match right here.
This is interesting. So she broke and broke dry. Kristina's at the table, but I can't. It looks like she is going to hopefully maybe be able to curve the
I think
cue
she's
ball.
got it. I think she's just looking at where the cue ball is going to travel to. I don't know. What do you think?
If those were cars, we'd be crashing. Just saying. Oh, gosh.
All right, so Kristina's taking her time. She
is opting to push.
okay, so maybe she cannot see that ball at all.
Crash. That's what I was saying.
Crash, crash, crash.
Ooh, this is ooh.
I
I don't know about this one. I might just give this one back.
Yeah, so Pia Filler did have a good run at this
I was
event.
going to say I would like to see what she's going to do here because
Yeah.
I would have given it back also.
Yeah, I wanted to make mention too that Pia Filler was she's been stellar throughout this entire tournament.
Yes.
Her path to 3rd place at this point has been pretty impressive. She did defeat our number 1 last night late, knocking Kristina Tkach out and putting her at a 5th, 6th place finish, which is not shabby in this field at all. So congratulations to Pia and having just an excellent event up to this point.
Absolutely.
All right, so Kristina Zlateva looking for the safety, and unfortunately she doesn't quite get it there.
That was a very was it was a difficult push, I think.
All right, so key to getting out on this rack is going to be Wei Tzu-Chien's decisions from the 7 to the 8. Looks as though that's going to be factor. That's going to be the key factor in this rack. Up until
Very
that
much,
point, everything
yeah.
looks pretty good. She may be able to with the 6 ball. Depending on her position to the 6, she may be able to push into the 9 and push it to the rail. We'll see how she gets into position at that point of the rack. She's going to slide this cue ball down table. Oh boy. Ooh.
Little close.
She kind of jumped up on that shot a little as she stroked through the shot.
She hit that very well. She's just, you're right. I mean, the 8 ball is the only little bit of a trouble ball, because I can't see from here if the cue ball was the 6 ball, can she pocket that? You know what I mean? Can she pocket that 8 ball? And if she can, then maybe it's not as bad as. Well, whatever happens here, I know that the next match at 2 o'clock is going to be a very exciting match.
Now see.
I didn't even see the 5 ball. I just saw it. I'm like, okay.
It's okay, Lori. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Had lots of things. You know, the casino is so distracting here. All right. Oh. All right. So bumping that 9 out of the way is definitely not an option any longer. And like you said, if she can get in the window where the 6 is for the 8, should be
She's
fine.
not. She's showing in facial. In her facial expressions right now that she's not happy that she didn't get that angle to bump. So we'll see what she does here. Again, as long as you're at the table and making the shots, you're still in command, because you can always play a defensive shot.
Well, there's
Especially
always
when
the
the 2
option, right?
especially when 2 balls are near each other, like the 8 and the 9 ball. Oh,
She's
look at
still
that.
trying to bump it out of the way.
Wow, what a great shot. What a great try.
This girl and her big old stroke.
That was a beautiful try there.
Good effort.
Yep.
Oh boy, she this is good. Ooh. She might be able to throw this to the pocket.
I don't know if she can throw it or not, but if not, I think she can stay right there. But she looks like, no, she can. What a great shot.
Yeah, she got right in the window.
Yeah.
Wow. Well played. Well
Really well
played.
played. Really well played. That was a great match. I don't
was.
care what happens. That was a fabulous match. They both played. Kristina Zlateva.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Tzu-Chien. She has solidified her place in the finals here at the 2025 WPBA Soaring Eagle Masters. Kristina Zlateva will be on the feature next match with Pia Filler,
Yeah.
the killer. So they're going to go to battle for us in a race to 8. I want to say thank you to Diamond Billiard Products, Aramith and Simonis, and of course all of our sponsors here at the WPBA. Big, huge shout out to Soaring Eagle Casino and
Yeah.
Resort for being an amazing host. My name is Lonnie Fox Raymond. I want to thank Lori John Brown, the Hall of Famer and Queen of the Hill, for being in the booth with me for this
Thank
match.
you.
You guys, we're going to reboot and we'll be back in action shortly. I've got Brittany Bryant, the bombshell, coming in next. All right, stay tuned and we'll see you soon.